we have what all the parts of expository text are. Now please, we're going to do something where we're going to use our textbook now to take that information that we've used in order to understand our textbook. Okay, now I do something called a class meeting. This group, I really do feel like I'm with older kids right now. I mean, and I know you are the older kids, but I'm talking like I'm in high school. I'm going to do something that I usually do in high school, and it is called a class meeting. It's when I need you to see something up closely. Could you all, don't take your books or anything, could you all just push your chairs in and come join me and take a seat on the carpet? Guys, how nice you just come on over. What a great group you are. You know, and the high school, I know, the high school kids, at first they were saying that, but then when I went to show them something up close, they said, oh, I'm so glad that you did that because I wouldn't have been able to see. So the only reason why I'm having a class meeting is it's when I need something up close, or maybe I just need us all together about something. Is that okay? Guys, can you see all right? Are you okay? All right. Now watch what I do. When I open up a textbook, okay, so now I'm over here in section 3. I'm going to learn some new information, correct? Right. The first thing I do when I look at a textbook, a new chapter, a new section, I want to first of all just find the parts. So I need to find the introduction. You got it, the parts. And what are the parts?
Introduction, body, and conclusion.
You got it. So now look what I'm doing. I'm going to go over here and I'm looking for the
introduction.
Okay, now in the introduction I know that I'm going to find a hook and the big idea. You've got it. And what's the big idea? Is it just a little detail or what the whole chapter is about? Okay, now let's look at this. Uses of minerals, that's the title. So what's this whole section going to be about?
Uses of minerals.
How we use minerals. Okay, so it's going to be about minerals and how we use them. Now look at this. This green part right here, okay? This is, we're not going to go there yet. What we're doing is we have uses of minerals. Then over here, you have what, and then you have why. That's the light bulb. Your author of this textbook did a great job with the introduction. They use the title, and then over here, they tell you what the information is about and why it's important. So when you're reading this chapter, this section, you're always going to go first to the title, and then the what and why, so that you know what the whole section is about. That's excellent. So this is our subject, and then this is our light bulb. Everyone, could we look at the author and say, good job, author. Ready? Good job, author. I've read some textbooks, they don't do that. So when you go to a textbook, when you're in high school and college, first thing you want to do is you want to be able to go and say, okay, where's the introduction? What do they give me? Now, sometimes when you're taking notes, you can go to the introduction. This is the part that a lot of college kids don't know. When you want to find the big idea, you can find it in the introduction, and you can also find it in the conclusion. Let's see if there's a conclusion in this chapter. You ready? Here's my introduction. So what I'm going to do right away is I'm going to go introduction. You know what? There really wasn't much of a hook. Okay? So we're just going to go introduction. Here's the big idea. Then when I go to the first dark heading, where am I now? Body. Now watch what I'm going to do. And that's it. There's no conclusion. So let's look at the author and go, what? No conclusion?
What? No conclusion?
But then now you can say, well, you did a good job in the introduction. But when you're in college, will there be a conclusion in some textbooks?
Yes.
So can you go and read the introduction and the conclusion before you even read the chapter?
Yes.
Everyone look at the person next to you and go, a lot of kids don't know that. It's like you have a secret now, huh? All right, so first thing you do when you get a textbook is you go like this. Watch me, okay? You go, all right, I need to find my introduction. Introduction, it's the title, and over here on the side in this textbook. Go to the first dark heading, body. Let's go. No conclusion. Now, if this works, let me show you, and this is another secret that I want to tell you. Did you know that when an author writes a textbook, they put the textbooks in what they call a template or a boilerplate? And what that means is they organize it one way. This is how I'm going to write my introduction. This is how I'm going to write my body. This is how I'm going to write my conclusion. In this case, they didn't have the conclusion there, did they? So they know that's how they're going to always do it. So if that's the case, we just looked at this one section. The next section should be set up exactly the same way. So we're going to go to another section. Here we go. Right here. What do I have? Okay, so now I'm going to go for the introduction. Title, and over on the side here. Everyone go like this. Say introduction, big idea.
Introduction, big idea.
I go to the first dark heading. What do I have?
Body, body, body.
That's it. No conclusion. It's always set up the same way. Once you see how one part is set up, all the rest are set up the same way. So what we're going to do now is this. I'm going to have you go to your desk. You're going to go to page, are you ready? Let me tell you the number. '73. What page?
73.
Turn to page 73, and we're going to have you tell the people where the big idea, the body, and the conclusion is. Go. Here we go. Colton's going to show us, this is what high school kids look like when they take book notes. Are you ready? You ready, Colton? Okay. First of all, I'm going to have you go and take a lined piece of paper. So, could you please have your lined piece of paper on the top. Which hand do you write with? Okay, he writes with his right hand, so his lined paper stays on the right side of his desk. The book goes on the other side of the desk. Okay? Put that there. Colton, when high school students take notes, do they have their pencil away or do they have it in their hand?
In their hand.
Exactly, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So make sure that you have the book right there. You have your pencil in your hand, you're ready to take notes. And that is where we're in note-taking position. Now, the next thing that we do is when we open up to a chapter or a section, first thing we do is everyone say, scan one.
Scan one.
Find the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. So I want you, at your table, tell the people at your table where the introduction is, the body, and the conclusion. Go ahead and do it. Go.
How would we know there's a conclusion? What words?
Because it'll say summary or conclusion. And at the end of this chapter, it's just like a questioning thing. It's not a conclusion. Okay, are we ready, guys? Here we go. Yes. Now, the questions at the end, that is because a conclusion is repeating the big idea, right? Well, questions at the end, that's just kind of a check where they're asking you questions about the chapter that you're able to answer. So if you're taking notes, if you're reading those questions, it's really to check for understanding. But if so you know when you first go to the chapter, if you read the questions, it may help you know what information you're going to be learning about, but it's really not just specifically saying, here's what you learned, okay? So, now we're going to take notes. Could everyone please do how Colton showed us? Could you please be in note-taking position? Pencil in your hand, you have your book open, you're ready to go. Yeah, way up on the top, just write your name. Okay, guys, here's my paper right here. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to show you there are steps that you follow to take notes. What, everybody? There are steps to follow to take notes. So the first thing that we're going to do is step one. Don't write this down. I'll just write it up here, okay? The steps to take notes, the first thing you have to do when you get to a chapter, after you find the parts, is you have to ask, what is the big idea? So everyone go, step one, what's the big idea?
Step one, what's the big idea?
Okay, so now, see how this is your paper right here, right? You have your little holes here. We're going to go up at the top right here and put SS light bulb. See how you're writing that down? SS light bulb, good for you. Really quickly, too. Love it. Now we need to find when, where, the subject, who or what the information is about, what the big idea is. Where do I go in the chapter to find the big idea? Introduction, body, or the conclusion? Tell the people at your table, go.
Introduction.
And if there was a conclusion, could we go there too?
Yes. Conclusion.
All right. So let's go ahead and let's read our introduction. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to read the title. Ready, everyone, go. Uses of minerals. So who or what is this chapter about? So stop after you read the title. Who or what is it about? Everybody?
Minerals.
Minerals. Go to your subject and write minerals. Our lecture notes. Put a circle with a drop box. Right away in my brain, when I read information, if I already know and have some background about that information, do I leave it in the back of my brain or do I go, whoop, I already know something? What do? Everyone take it from the back of your brain and go, whoop, I already know something. What do we know about minerals? We learned three characteristics. We learned some characteristics of minerals. Ready, set, tell the person next to you, go. Listen to you, just all right, let's stop. Here we go. Ready? Let's see what I'm going to put in my drop box. Oh, I already chose that person. Ramir?
Ramik.
Oh, it's a K. I'm sorry. Ramik, tell me. Give me one characteristic.
Inorganic?
Oh, everyone go, excuse me. Some people would just say, oh, it was never living, but she's all, oh, inorganic. Oh, okay, let's write inorganic. How about, we just write, okay, let's write inorganic really quickly. What's another thing? Pick name? Johnny C.
Yeah.
Oh, did I already? And your peace builders too, because you let me know if you've already had a turn. Oh, nice. Danny R.
They are made up of elements,
Elements. And
compounds.
everyone go, wow.
Wow.
Right. It can be an element or a compound. What is a compound? Everybody together, ready? Two or more elements that have a chemical reaction. So they're inorganic, element, or a compound. One more thing. Tell the person next to you. Don't tell me. Go. How else do I know? All right, all right. Alec,
It's solid and it has shape.
is he right?
Yes.
Go. He's right.
He's right.
Can I teach you anything? Solid has a shape. Okay, so look what we did. We know that, so we're taking what we know so that when we read just the title, by the way, do you know that a lot of college students would read the title and not think? Everyone go, ooh, that's not good. When you read, you should be thinking right away. We just said uses of minerals. We wrote down what's our subject, minerals, and right away we're like, oh, a mineral. That's inorganic, an element or compound, or a solid or a shape. Okay, let's go ahead and read our notes so far. Ready, everyone, go. Minerals, which are inorganic, an element or compound, and have a solid and a shape. All right, ready, everyone? Go to the light bulb and say, what's the big idea about minerals?
What's the big idea about minerals?
Do we have any more information in the title, uses of minerals?
No. Uses.
So what's this whole chapter about? It's about minerals, and what's the big idea? How they have? Then let's put that word. Their uses. So minerals have uses. Where else am I going to find the big idea? Point to it in your book. Where else is the big idea? Where was our introduction, the title, and the
Body.
and are we going to find the information in the body yet, or are we just looking for the big idea? Where do I find the big idea? In the introduction and in the is there a conclusion?
No.
So I'm only looking in the and we looked at the title, and now where else do they have information about the big idea? Point to it in your book. On the side. Got it. Point it on the side. All right, let's read that part. Are we ready, my friends? Now, when you read, do you just decode the words, or are you reading and thinking? Okay, let's do it. Ready? What you'll learn. Read it together. Ready? Go. Describe. Go. Describe characteristics of gems that make them more valuable than other minerals. Okay, stop. Now, I'm going to tell you what happens in my brain when I'm reading information. There is a lot of information in a very small amount of text. So are they writing a lot, or am I having to read a lot and think? I mean, read a little and think. So let's go back, put your pencil in your hand, let's go underneath the light bulb, and let's do something. Describe characteristics of gems. Watch what I'm doing in my brain. I'm going to put a gem here. I'm going to draw a gem. So what's this whole section about? It's about the minerals and its uses, and they're going to tell me, they're going to describe the characteristics. So when I say characteristics, that's how you describe something. It's shape, its color, its size. Ooh. So maybe I'm going to put some shapes in there. I'm going to write the word color, size. They're going to describe gems, their characteristics. And what are gems? Gems are minerals. And they're going to describe the characteristics of gems that make them more valuable than other minerals. Well, wait a minute. So are gems the only types of minerals, or are they one type of mineral? So watch what I'm going to put. I'm going to put one type, and then I'm going to put a dollar sign, because are these just any old types of minerals, or are they expensive? They're special and expensive, aren't they? They're valuable. So now, that's one thing that I'm going to learn about. Let's go back and see if I can put this into words. Minerals have many different types of uses. One type of mineral is a gem. It's a gem because it has special characteristics. Its size, color, shapes, okay, make up its characteristics. Let's read what else we have here. Ready? Read to identify. We're going to identify, read it with me. Ready, guys? Identify useful elements that are contained in minerals. So now, are they talking about gems anymore?
No.
So let's go over here, and now they're going to identify. So I'm going to put some eyeballs here. So see what my brain's doing? I'm not just reading the words, I'm thinking, I'm visualizing. They're going to identify useful elements that are contained in minerals. So I'm going to take a mineral. Is a mineral a solid, liquid, or a gas?
Solid.
So I'm going to take a mineral. I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to find what in the mineral. They're going to say I'm going to find what in the mineral. Let's read, ready, carefully. Identify useful elements. What am I going to find in these minerals? So we're going to find elements that are useful. How nice of you to say that. So what are we looking for, everybody? We're looking at minerals. We're looking at minerals that are really valuable or really useful. Now everybody say, why is that so important?
Why is that so important?
Let's read the why part. Are you ready? Go. Minerals are necessary materials for decorative items. Ooh, where am I going to connect that? What would be decorative? Look at we have two types of gems. We have gems, and then we're looking for useful elements in minerals. Which one am I going to put decorative under? Gems. Okay, then let's put a circle, a little drop box, and let's put decorative. Ooh, they're valuable, they're expensive, they have special characteristics, those gems, and they are decorative. So that's why we use them. Oh, so we're learning about the different uses of minerals. Some uses are decorative, like for instance, that would be a gem. Other types of minerals are useful elements. Okay, let's read this. And in many manufactured products. Manufactured products. What are manufactured products? Are those things that I just find anywhere, or things that people make? Tell the people at your table. Go. Ooh, so let's put a circle here. And why don't we put like a factory? Like there's a little factory here, and people are making things. Put like bowls. They're making things that using from those elements. So what's something that they could make from elements that would be useful?
Jewelry?
Where would I put that? Would I put that under the gems, or would I put that under the elements?
Gems.
Gems? Ooh, I love it. You're trying to trick me. Give me something that would be a useful element that's a mineral. Ooh, could I put aluminum there? Okay, let's put aluminum.
What's that? It's like aluminum foil. It's just some type of metal.
It's kind of a metal, huh? Give me another one.
Graphite. Aluminum.
Graphite. Let's put that there. What could you make from it?
Pencil lead.
Let's put a pencil next to it. So look what we just did. Have we even started reading the chapter?
No.
No. So many kids will just start zooming away in the chapter, and look how you already know so much. Good readers refuse to keep going unless they understand the big idea. This is going to make you understand the chapter even better. So now, watch what we're going to do. We're going to put a line across here, because now we have our big idea. We don't need to have our setting. And now we're going to just read our big idea very quickly. Are we ready, everyone? Go. Minerals have many different types of uses. Some are decorative, like gems. Others are useful because they make things that people manufacture, like aluminum for bikes or graphite for. There we go. Now watch what we're going to do. We have our big idea. Now we're going to go to the body. Now watch what I do when we do the body, okay? We have our big idea, which was SS light bulb. Now we're going to go to the body. And now we're going to make a line down our paper. Do you know where that little margin line is? Just make a line right down your margin. Now we're going to go to our chapter right here. And we're going to go to where the body starts. The first dark heading. What does it say, everybody?
Gems.
Gems. Now, do you see this dark heading right here? You know what's interesting? It has a bunch of subheadings. So, do you see this? It says blue. It has a blue. Everyone go blue.
Blue.
And then red. Turn the page. Keep going. Red, red. So watch what I do when I have headings and subheadings. You ready? Go back to the first page again. Here's gems. Now, this, see how it has text underneath? That's actually a hook for this section. When you have a heading and subheadings, many times, will that heading have a hook to pull you in? Yes. So everyone go, ooh, that's a hook.
Ooh, that's a hook.
So now we're going to go gems, and we're going to learn about go to the heading here, properties of the gems. So first thing we're going to learn about are the properties of the gems. Then turn the page. Go to the next chart. Keep going one more time. Then we're going to learn about important gems. And then we're going to learn about useful gems. So let's go back to the beginning. And did the author stay on topic?
Yes.
Say, good job, author.
Good job.
Okay. So now we're going to go over here and we're going to learn about properties. So I'm just putting properties. And I'm just going to write gems here. Just so I remember, this is about properties of gems. See how you're writing that down right here? A list, or I'm going to make a drawing. So put a little dot there. And we're going to read and make pictures in our head as we read. So let's go ahead and let's start reading the beginning. This is just a hook, so we're going to read it quickly underneath the word gems. Are we ready, everyone? Go underneath gems and read it quickly. Ready? Go. Walking past the window of a jewelry store, you noticed a large selection of beautiful jewelry. A watch sparkling with diamonds, a necklace holding a brilliant red ruby, and a gold ring. For thousands of years, people have worn and prized minerals in their jewelry. What makes some minerals special? What unusual properties do they have that make them so valuable? That's just our hook. They're just pulling you in. Now we're getting to the meat. Now we're going to learn about the what? Properties of gems. Let's read it. Go. Gems or gemstones like the ones shown in figure 12. Stop. Where's figure 12? So what do good readers do? They just look. Now they come back up to the page. So we see some of those ideas. Ready? Are highly prized minerals because they are rare and beautiful. So watch what I'm doing in my brain. Right away I'm going to write rare, beautiful. That's it. Am I writing it slowly or quickly? Quickly. So right now I know gems are rare and beautiful and have special properties. And what are properties? Are properties the names of the gems or ways to describe them? Okay, let's read. Ready? Go. Most gems are special varieties of a particular mineral. Okay, wait a minute. I'm confused. See what I'm doing? I'm reading and I'm asking myself, do I see something in my head? So I go back and I go, most gems. I'm going to put a little spot, a little dot here. Most gems. What picture could I draw? Gas, liquid, or solid?
Solid.
I'm going to put a gem there. And I'm going to write, so that way I know. Most gems. What did we say? Are special varieties of a particular mineral. That's a lot, isn't it? So, let's write, most gems are special varieties. When I say varieties, does that mean one kind?
No.
Or many kinds?
Many.
So I'm going to put that, most gems, and then I'm going to say many kinds. See what I'm doing? I'm having to figure out what it means. So most gems are special varieties of a particular mineral. So what am I going to put here? Here's gems, many kinds of them, an equal sign. What are they made up of? You got it. So I'm going to put minerals, and then I'm going to put particular. Because the minerals are, what everybody? Inorganic, elements, compounds, solids, and shapes. Are all gems all minerals? Or just certain minerals are gems? Yeah. So now I know that there's many kinds of gems, but they're made up of particular minerals. Only certain types of minerals. Okay. So we're going to go back and we're going to read it one more time. Minerals, which are inorganic elements or compounds and have a solid or shape, have many different types of uses. Some are decorative and some are used for manufacturing. Decorative minerals are gems. The useful minerals are the properties of gems made up of particular minerals. Okay? So teachers, what we would do is we would keep stopping, reading, taking our notes. When we finish that section, we would put a line, put the next main idea, and do the same thing. Now, remember I was telling you earlier that this type of note-taking is temporary, just to teach you to read and know what you're supposed to do in your brain. Then after a while, we would be doing this at a faster rate. Okay? And could we please turn to the kids and give them a round of applause? And boys and girls, could you say thank you very much?
Thank you very much.